A happy Saturday morning, children, to my lovely children. I hope y'all had a good break yesterday, a good holiday, enjoyed. But let's get back to studies. And again, Sunday is coming for y'all. But the studies have to be regular. Okay? Vacations are irregular, but the studies have to be regular. Okay, so let's see what do we have in hand today. As I took your live session on Thursday and we discussed a few things about fractions. Okay, so just I will recapitulate in a second and then I'll move ahead with more things in fractions. जो कुछ हमने discuss किया on that day. Just a minute on that. So we are on chapter 6, that is fractions. Now we discussed what is the definition of fractions. I made you all learn the definition and write the definition of fractions. A fraction is a part of a whole thing or a part of a group of things. At the same time, I told you children that part of a whole thing. This is the first part of the definition that we will be doing right currently, and then we will go to the second part of the definition, that is this later on. Okay, right now the priority that it is the part of a whole. And yes, you all thoroughly learned the definition, and without looking at my screen, you all wrote down the definition. Okay, so what was there next in the box? It was that how a fraction is written. A fraction has got main two parts. That is, one is the denominator and the next one is the numerator. Usually, you have a perception that a denominator is always big. It should be big because it talks about one whole. How many equal parts that whole is divided into. One whole pizza कितने parts में divide हुआ है? It's in 4 parts. And I was very hungry and quickly I ate all the 3 parts and then I was full. I left 1 part. So I ate 3 parts out of 4. Or we can say I ate 1 part out of 4 and 3 were left out. It is the perception. 3 parts were left or 1 part was eaten. Okay. So basically denominator shows you how many equal parts is the whole divided into, and the numerator represents how many equal parts do you have or are you left with. As seen here, 3 by 4 numerator, denominator, and it's not just कि 4 में से हम हमेशा 3 parts की बात करें. Okay, a pizza is divided into 3 parts and I'm talking about 1 part of it. A pizza is divided into 5 parts and I'm talking about 2 parts of it. A pizza is divided into 8 parts and I'm talking about 5 parts of it, right? अब it's a perception, 5 parts आप खा गए कि 5 parts आप छोड़ दिए. 1 part आप खा गए कि आपने 1 part छोड़ दिया. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, वो depends on the question what is asked. That's absolutely. Wait a minute, let me. Okay, so let's move ahead. This is what we shared. That is, it's a circle where 2 parts are green and 2 parts are white. So when I have to represent, I will say 2 by 4 is shaded and 2 by 4 is white. 2 by 4 is shaded and 2 by 4 is white. Then also I discussed one very important term with you. What are unit fractions? Yes, Ayush Kale, then Gargi Rahangale, then was there who explained me very nicely about this. Really sorry. Shaurya Bridgepuria. Then few other children, they actively answered me these unit fractions very well. So I'll not go much into deep. as I told you, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 5, 1 by 23, 1 by 12, 1 by 6, 1 by 8. These are unit fractions. Why? The number of pieces are done different. कहीं पर 2 है, कहीं पर 4 है, कहीं पर 5 है. Somewhere it's 23, somewhere it's 6, but we are talking only about one part of it. Unit part of it. What does 1 represent? Unit. What does unit represent? 1. So जब हम सिर्फ एक numerator, when my numerator is only 1, I call that fraction as unit fraction. So what was the definition of unit fraction? A fraction whose numerator is 1 and whose denominator is a whole number. Any fraction can be written as sum of unit fraction. Yesterday, children, sorry, day before yesterday, I told you ये जो line है, मैंने आपको उसी time बोला था, ये मैं आपको after some time in the slide I will explain. So right now I will come back to this slide, don't worry. A fraction whose numerator is 1 and whose denominator is a whole number. Here the numerator is 1 and b is any such whole number. And the new denominator is any such whole number that is b, isn't it? So b कोई भी number हो सकता है, कोई भी number, 1 lakh भी हो सकता है, 1 million भी हो सकता है. That is not a problem. The examples of unit fractions is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, and 1 by. Okay, so let's move ahead in our slide. Till here we had discussed that day. Now there is a pizza which has got 8 parts, and when I talk about one part of that pizza, that means again I'm talking about unit part of the pizza. I'm talking about unit part of the pizza. Every single part, if I discuss of that pizza, is a unit part. 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. I don't want to discuss much here because already the discussion was done. Now, let's go back. Fractions are made up of unit fractions. Let me take you back to my definition here. A fraction whose numerator is 1 and whose denominator is a whole number. Any fraction can be written as sum of the unit fraction. Now I will not cut this line. I will underline it. I will underline it. Any fraction can be written as sum of unit fractions. का मतलब क्या होगा? चलो देखते हैं आगे की स्लाइड. ठीक है, मैं purposely intentionally I came back. See here, what is written up here? Fractions are made up of unit fractions. Exactly the same thing. थोड़ा सा बड़ा statement बना के, but मतलब यही था. ठीक है? So I have a unit fraction that is 1 by 4. I have a circle, one big circle, which is divided into 4 equal parts. Okay, right now I'm talking about one part, that is unit part of that circle. Then I took 1 by 4 and again I took 1 by 4. That means I took 2 by 4, right? Then I took 3 parts. So 3 by अभी मैं unit fractions ले रही हूँ, अभी भी मैं unit fractions ले रही हूँ. Still I'm taking unit fractions. 1 by 4. Yes. दूसरा unit fraction उठाया मैंने 1 by 4. Again I took 1 by 4. All the denominators are same. That means I took 3 pieces, 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Out of 4, I took 3 units, so 3 by 4. Let's come back here. 1 by 4. Again, I took 1 by 4. Again, I took 1 by 4. And मैंने 4th unit fraction भी pick कर लिया. यानी कि I took all the fractions, all the parts of the circle, and it made one big circle for me. जैसे कि वो पहले था, जैसे कि वो पहले था. Correct? One circle. I got it. Okay. I will do this activity with you. You pick up any shape. I'm not going to. You're going to on Monday's live session. You take a craft paper, but please don't be a copycat. Just don't take a circle. Okay. Somebody can draw a triangle. Somebody can draw a circle. Somebody can draw a pentagon. Somebody pentagon आपको पता है 5 साइड, equal 5 साइड होना चाहिए. अगर वो difficult जाता है तो rectangle ले लो, square ले लो, common shapes that you see around, which can be divided into equal parts. That is utterly important. Utterly important. Which can be divided into equal parts. आप एक flower भी लिख सकते हो, but then you have to make sure that the all 4, 5, 6 leaves that you're drawing are exactly same and you can divide it equally. Let's go ahead. I have a question, and let's go to the previous slide. Okay, I am going to the previous slide. Okay, and that question is, now the answer is, can I say half is previous slide ye wala? Yes, this is my previous slide. I should have added it there. So the question is based on this, which says, now can I say half is green and half is white? My question is, can I say that half is green and half is white? What will be your answer? Yes, my answer is going to be true. It is half is green and half is white. See what I have moved ahead in this class. इसमें हम वापस आएंगे फिर से types of fractions. Types of fractions. It's very important. There are 3 types of fractions. See children, unit fraction is a fraction that is representing 1. There is nothing type in it. Okay, it's a fraction that where I'm talking about one piece. Now actual types of fractions are proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed number, or we can also call it as mixed fraction. Proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. Okay, and these are the most important we have to learn. Now if you come to proper fraction, that is 3 upon 5. That means there are 5 equal pieces of a whole, out of which I am taking 3. At the same time, my observation is 3 is smaller than 5. So it's a proper fraction. मतलब मेरे पास 5 pieces हैं, उसमें से मैंने 3 pieces उठाए. I did not try to tear it randomly, ऐसा वैसा ये वो कि मुझे 3 नहीं चाहिए. I will take 6. I will take 8. No. We are right now just talking about picking up from those equal pieces. Okay? और जितनी availability है उतने में से ही मैं ले रही हूँ. Okay? Like a simple example. Your friend's birthday is there, and let's say he distributed the chocolates in the class, and then he's left over with some 5 chocolates. Okay, and during the break time you go and sit with your friend to eat the tiffin. Okay, and your friend tells you, my friend, I have got 5 chocolates with me, have some, or maybe you can take all. You say, no, my friend, I will take 3 chocolates, and you can keep 2, or maybe 1 you can give to the other friend and 1 to the other friend. That's fine. Okay. So whatever is available with me, I'm picking from there. So that's why my numerator is smaller than the denominator. Okay, isn't it a good value? Oh, I will take all 5. No, we are always courteous. Oh, I will take 1 only. No, I will take 2 only. Okay, not all 5. Yeah, but even if you take all 5, still it will remain as a proper fraction that we'll discuss little later. But right now, what do we have next? So like here, the example is given. There is a circle, 10 pieces, 10 equal pieces are done, and I have picked up only 1 pink shaded piece. It's unit fraction as well as a proper fraction. Okay, it's a unit fraction as well as a proper fraction. जब तक numerator denominator से छोटा है, it's absolutely okay. There is a circle with 4 parts. I picked up 3 pink shaded parts. The numerator is smaller than 4. I am a proper fraction. There are 2 parts of the circle. I took 1 pink part, so I took half of the circle. So I have taken a proper fraction. I am a proper fraction. There are 15 parts in the circle. I took 3 pink parts of it. So my 3 is less than 15, and I am the part of the circle, part of the proper fraction. Children, I hope you are understanding. Let's look at the definition of the proper fraction. A fraction whose numerator is always less than the denominator. The opposite of an improper fraction. Let's cut down this line again and I will come back. मैं ये lines आपके लिए repeat करूँगी, लेकिन मैं चाहती हूँ आपके दिमाग में थोड़ा सा ऐसा boggling होना चाहिए कि मैम ने ऐसा क्यों बोला, the opposite of an improper fraction. या first जब हम लोग ने definition किया कि the unit fractions make one whole, आप लोग सोचेंगे, थोड़ा सा सोचेंगे क्यों लिखा था ऐसा, और फिर एक्सप्लेन भी नहीं किया. बट देन सब कुछ मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगी तो फिर आप क्या सोचेंगे? Isn't it? You have to think why that was written. No problem. And to think that, or to find out that, you will have to open your textbook. You have to go through something. Right? So that will help you. हमेशा एक inquisitiveness रहना चाहिए, क्या. Okay, no problem. Right now A is any number, B is any number. Okay, but A is smaller than B. The examples of proper fractions is 4 by 5, 3 by 7, 10 by 25, 15 by 48, 120 by 200. So children, I will stop my video here because it's enough for the day. But yes, I have left you with a lot of questions and a preparation for one activity. थोड़ा बड़ा पेज लेना, छोटा नहीं लेना, craft paper. as I told you, you can make a flower, but flower should be symmetrical. Now, याद है आपको shapes and patterns? Hmm? The flower should be symmetrical. You can take a butterfly, a symmetrical butterfly. You can think of lots of shapes. Now, shapes does not mean the edges should be straight and all. We can talk about lots of shapes, but symmetrical, which can be divided into equal parts. That's one homework. And another homework is why I wrote here the opposite of an improper fraction. That means you are going to search ये improper fraction क्या होता है. तो उसके लिए हम थोड़ा सा टेक्स्ट बुक पढ़ेंगे, which is a very good thing. Okay, children? I'm going to stop my video here, and please watch at least once or twice so that it helps you to understand better. Currently, I will not share. Once the complete slide work is over, I will share it as a PDF for you all to write down the notes. And if you're quick, you can pause the video and take down the notes. So here we stop, children, the recording, and I will share the PPT little later. Thank you, children. Have a good day. Have a good weekend, but the study has to go on.